Good evening, Mr. Hunt. The anarchist Solomon Lane. Since you captured him...
I say, Kitteridge, when this mission is over, do you think I could possibly bury my face in Haley Atwell's breasts? Wait. What are you doing? Oh my god. Get me out of here.
It's pulse pounding. It will rock your world with jaw-dropping action.
Is this where we run?
Go! Probably.
It's one of the best action movies ever made.
What more can I say?
See it in the biggest, most seat-shaking theater you can find. It will take your breath away. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. Tickets on sale now.
So Mission Impossible 7 Dead Reckoning Part 1. What did I think of the film? Because I saw it today. I didn't have to pull a Ferris Bueller to go and watch the film. I actually booked time ahead of this because I knew it was going to be something absolutely special. And believe it or not, Cineworld, I just paid £10 for my ticket to watch it at the super screen, which is like the poor man's version of the IMAX. But hey, you know what? I'm going to see the film tomorrow again at the IMAX, and I haven't paid for that one either, so it's pretty good all round. But honestly, this film didn't just meet my expectations, it surpassed all of them. I own the whole collection, all pre-owned, and I watched them all before I saw this film. So in fact, on Sunday, I watched the first 3 Mission Impossibles, and then the next day was 2. You get the drift. So without further ado, folks, so let's get into this, well, a spoiler-free afterthoughts video, because literally I got back from the cinema about an hour ago, and I will say this much: when the film kicks off, some people have said it's a bit of a slow burn. I disagree completely. It's there to set the scene, who the new baddie or what the new baddie is going to be, which I really appreciated. And then when we get into the swing of things, oh my god, look, you know, Martin Scorsese, he's like the master of introducing a femme fatale, and when she makes her entrance, it's like really unforgettable. Sharon Stone in Casino. Well, let's put it this way: I've never seen jeans fit better on such a hot body as Haley Atwell's. I mean, she's got the wiggle, she's got the walk, she's got the talk. She is an absolute fantastic addition to the franchise. And I would say she's going to fast become a fan favorite. Make no question about it. She's going to be there. She's earned it. And her character is a thief, so she one-ups Ethan, does the old magic trick stuff. She's really good at doing that. But one thing she's not great at is driving. So you know the whole stereotype about females being bad drivers? Yeah, in this film, she pretty much isn't afraid to show that. Grace is a terrible driver. If you ever go on a joyride with her, you may not ever come back. So do remember that, folks.
You were called in as a possible drunk driver?
Face down.
So there's a really funny scene in Venice where they're being chased, and that, you know, that yellow Fiat car that they find, while it's done for comical effect, it's also a practical effect because it's a much smaller vehicle. It can get through tight spaces that a big armored vehicle cannot. And that brings me on to Pom Klementieff. She is, man, I tell you what, I've got to pump the brakes here for a second, because it's been often said men cannot create great female characters on film. Well, Ridley Scott did that with Alien, and I'll say this Mission Impossible series, there's not been one bad female character. All the female characters who show up, they all have a purpose. They're not insufferable. They don't belittle men, which I do truly appreciate. And man, the character that she plays, I think her name is Paris. Yeah, for the most part, she is just kicking ass. She's just got almost a fetishistic liking of violence, and that's my phone going off. I'm going to bash it in the head in a minute. But you wonder if there's layers to this character. And you know what? I'm not going to say anything else, but she's full of surprises. Man, I mean, you got to give credit to Christopher McQuarrie and his co-writing partner who wrote the last couple of movies. And you got Esai Morales, you know, the guy, the terrifying villain from the first season of Ozark. He's great as the main protagonist here, actually. A couple of people have said he's wooden, but when you actually know why he appears to be that way. And for the record, he's not. He delivers a really great performance in his film. You kind of understand why. Carrie Elwes is in this, Chris Parnell. Ving Rhames as Luther Stickle. He just has some amazing moments with Tom Cruise and some great dialogue. Ilsa Faust, Rebecca Ferguson. What can I say? Like, every time that woman appears on the screen, she just absolutely lights it up. And good to see her again. Simon Pegg as Benji Dunn. What more? He's a one and done. Well, actually, he's not a one and done character. He's pretty much evolved throughout the whole series. And it's got everything you expect. Dangerous stunts, glamorous locations, beautiful, attractive women. I cannot forget Vanessa Kirby as Alana, aka the White Widow. Her brother Zola also returns. The car chases are amazing. Everything in this film makes me love this series more than the James Bond franchise. I know, shock horror, right? Yes, I've always gunned for 007. And when you compare the James Bond franchise to these films, I'm sorry, but the Mission Impossible films are just head and shoulders above anything that Bond could possibly offer in the future, has offered, has kind of probably gone by its sell-by date in some aspects. When all is said and done, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, she definitely killed the franchise, along with the blessing of Daniel Craig in No Time to Die, which was a bloody awful Bond film.
It's horrendous.
It's horrendous.
It's modern.
Don't lie.
I'm not.
The best part about that was Ana de Armas, and we only had her on screen for 10 minutes because you can't have the male gaze anymore. You've got to erase that completely. Having just watched Mission Impossible #7, it was a joyride. Gotta say, easily better than the Bond franchise. And if Tom Cruise goes out on a high with Mission Impossible 8 next year, I cannot wait. The stunts never let you down. And Haley Atwell, God. If they're ever going to do a reboot of Resident Evil, just cast her as Jill Valentine. Holy shit, she's just perfect. She's just voluptuousness all over. She's a real woman, ladies and gentlemen. And if Tom Cruise is actually having an affair or sleeping with her or going out with her, Tom, man, bro, you did good. So if you enjoyed everything that I've offered on a plate to you folks, make sure you hit the like button below, make sure you slap that subscribe button, and if I were you, and if you were me, and if this video doesn't self-destruct in the next 5 seconds, you better catch me on the next episode. I certainly hope so. Jeremy, you want to join me? There's room for one more, you know.